Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Clear? So today we are going to discuss about the most important component required to qualify the civil services examination. Clear? In fact, the most essential and the basic thing to understand is the philosophy required to understand the logic of this examination, and then to understand what type of questions are asked, why such questions are asked, clear, how the questions are framed, what exactly is the predictable trend of knowing the questions which may be asked in the coming examination. These are multiple questions that are always there in the minds of all the aspirants. Clear? We are here first of all to decode and to solve all these questions which keeps on erupting in our mind, and that leads to utter confusion. Clear? As we all know, there's no dearth of materials in the market. There's no dearth of PYQs or materials related to PYQs in the market. There are no dearth of teachers also in the market. Clear? But exactly then also it remains to be a tough nut to crack. What exactly has to be done? Here we have come out with that proper solution. What exactly has to be done with respect to history, art and culture for UPSC examination. Clear? Pulse series has come out with a very important program for you, and we are going to understand about that program along with decoding the entire pattern of UPSC examination. Clear? So broad topic of our discussion is deconstruction of history syllabus related to history, art and culture, which is the most prominent section in general studies of UPSC examination. Okay? First of all, we are going to discuss what exactly is the philosophy behind this history, art and culture, why questions are being asked, how questions are being framed, what is the expectation of UPSC from a candidate or aspirant related to history, art and culture. Clear? See, first of all, I'll let you know. Clear? History is a discipline to study about our past. Clear? And everyone has gone through the past. Every community, every nation has the past. Clear? And we take any decision in contemporary times and even for future based on our knowledge about the past. Clear? So experience about the past is one of the most important thing which must be kept in mind while taking any decision. As an administrator, even government expects all of us to basically understand our past tradition so that the mistakes which has been done in the past may not be repeated again, and we are able to take a proper decision, balanced decision for the welfare of the country as such. Clear? In fact, clear, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel also gave a statement, clear, that a nation can ignore its history only at its peril. Clear? So which makes it very clear what is the relevance of history as a discipline, and then we'll understand here what is the philosophy behind this subject kept in UPSC, what exactly they expect from a candidate. Clear? First of all, I'll let you know. Clear? As far as this examination is concerned, clear, thing that is required by UPSC is that they want any candidate to know properly about the past tradition. Clear? So they should know properly about the past traditions, to take a balanced decision, as an administrator. So balanced decision can only be taken with knowledge of the past. Clear? At the same time, the philosophy behind history, art and culture is that all aspirants who will be working in different societies of India, clear, all of them should realize that every society, every community has their own regional traditions as well. Clear? And in order to understand and appreciate the regional traditions and culture, which is very diverse in nature, clear, we need to know largely about art and culture of our traditions. Clear? So UPSC also expects, clear, that an aspirant should know about the rich art and culture of India. As you may be knowing, even research and excavations are still going on in Harappan cities like Rakhigari. Recently, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin, has announced a prize money of $1 million or anyone who rather decipher the script of Indus Valley civilization. Okay? What this indicate that everyone is searching for the rich culture and heritage in the past. Clear? And as an aspirant of UPSC, we all should know about the rich art and cultural traditions of India, and that is why it is becomes very important to know about the major part like music, dance, drama, even dying art like puppetry, martial art, architecture, monuments. All these has become very important these days. As you may be knowing, even some monuments are being excavated these days in order to know the real origin of those monuments in India. Clear? Even issues related to Ajmer Dargah is being taking place in India as of now. So all this makes history a very relevant thing. And as an administrator, how you can take a balanced decision on that makes a very important part of your administrative skill. Clear? This is possible only when you know about the past tradition. Then what is the philosophy? You should cherish the ideals of our freedom struggle. Clear? Large number of people, they sacrifice their life to achieve India's independence. Clear? And ultimately, we got independence from British imperialism in 20th century. It is the duty of all of us, even prescribed as a fundamental duty, that we need to respect and cherish the ideals of our freedom struggle, the contributions not only by national leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru or Subhash Chandra Bose, but by millions of unsung heroes of Indian national movement, which are very important. Then only we can appreciate the sacrifice of our national leaders. Clear? Then at the same time, in past tradition, we also need to know about the post-independence era as well. Clear? Why we need to know about the post-independence era? Clear? Because all era of economic planning, establishment of banking sector, then economic reforms undertaken, all these became very important, which has placed our economy as of now in this condition. Clear? We also need to rather cherish the contributions of leaders like Dr. Manmohan Singh, who brought structural reforms in economy in 1991 and who died recently. Clear? So obviously we need to know that our economy passed through a very tough phase due to Gulf crisis and how economy was pulled up. And this makes us a very important person to take further decisions as administrator in coming time. Clear? Not only this, clear, in course of time, when you read ancient and medieval India, you got to know about the rich past traditions of our country. Medieval history teaches us how to assimilate large number of diverse sections into Indian society to develop a composite culture, which is also known as Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb in present times. Clear? So all these enables us to emerge as a very balanced personality in order to take decisions related to diverse angles and then to come at an objective solution to any problem in our life. Clear? So knowing about the past, knowing about the mistakes done in the past, knowing about the rich cultural traditions, they makes us a very balanced personality because every past has both positive and negative side. We can also learn both positive and negative, and then we can emerge as a very matured person to take a decision. In this way, I'll let you know, the history, art and culture is a very important subject. The philosophy behind this module is to enable the aspirant to read, to understand, to appreciate the development in the past, and then to emerge as a matured and balanced personality to take proper decisions as administrators, most likely like district collector or joint secretary or even as cabinet secretary in coming time. Clear? This is the major philosophy behind the module of history, art and culture. Clear? Now apart from this, clear, next major thing to understand here, for which I'm really concerned, is strategy about this examination related to history, art, and culture. Clear? In fact, I'll let you know, first major challenge that I have realized with my experience. I had been teaching this subject for more than 15 years. Clear? And with my experience, I can say you the first and the most basic issue with aspirants is that they don't try to understand and decode the syllabus given by the UPSC. Clear? UPSC has given a proper syllabus to every module. Clear? With respect to history also, proper syllabus has been given. The first major task of any aspirant should be to understand and decode the syllabus of the examination. Clear? So decoding of syllabus, detailed topic listing and micro detailing of the topics should be done. For example, I'll let you know. Clear? If we look into art forms only, clear? The simple word that is mentioned syllabus is art forms. What are the components under art forms? You need to know. Like art forms include basically the music, dance, drama, puppetry, food habits, fairs, festivals like Mahakumbh going on in our country as of now. Clear? It is the largest congregation of the people across the world. So first of all, we need to have micro detailing of the syllabus. We need to understand topics and subtopics also. Then only we'll have create a circumference around us. Within this circumference only, then we'll go on preparing the topics. Clear? So first major thing to be done, and in fact most important thing I would say, is to decode the syllabus and then go for detailed topic listing and micro detailing of the syllabus. It must be done very thoroughly as a very first exercise. Clear? After an aspirant has done this thing, clear? This component 1, move to component 2, clear? And component 2, that is related to PYQ trends, clear? Now first of all, I'll let you know, when decoding of syllabus is there, clear? What exactly has to be done? Like for instance, clear? Syllabus given for UPSC examination in GS paper 1 is History of India and Indian National Movement. That is for prelims examination. How to decode this, I'll let you know. Clear? If we look into this topic, that is History of India and Indian National Movement, we'll understand this. Clear? History of India would mean basically number 1, ancient India. Clear? Then it would mean second part as medieval India. Third part would mean modern India. Clear? Modern India is divided into two parts. Clear? Modern India is divided into India under the rule of British East India Company. Clear? And second part of modern India is Indian National Movement, that is separately mentioned as syllabus. Clear? So second part is Indian National Movement, which is separately mentioned. That means that you have to give more focus on Indian National Movement. Clear? Within ancient India also, what are the components? Clear? The first component under ancient India is prehistory. Clear? Second component under ancient is proto-history. And the third component obviously is history. Clear? You have to prepare this thing. Within prehistory also, there's a component that is known as Paleolithic phase, Mesolithic phase, Neolithic phase, Chalcolithic phase. Proto-history covers Indus Valley civilization. History starts from Vedic culture with true literary tradition started by Aryans in India. Clear? This is prehistory. So in that also you can make a decision or the separation, that is Paleolithic, B is Mesolithic, then you have Neolithic. These days very important, one site has been discovered in Kashmir in Pulwama. Then we have D1, Chalcolithic. Clear? Then proto-history. Clear? At the same time, when we come to medieval history, I'll let you know. Clear? In medieval history, you have basically the major components: early medieval phase, This phase is from 750 AD to 1200 AD. Then you have another phase known as Delhi Sultanate. And the third part would be the Mughal Empire. In between, you have to do regional kingdoms as well, like Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms, the most prominent one. Clear. Distant kingdoms. These are basically the decoding of the syllabus. You need to decode the syllabus. Clear. This is one thing. So all decoding to be done. Then only you can start preparation properly. Clear. When we come to art and culture, I'll let you know. Clear. In art and culture, the major areas to be focused as per syllabus is art forms, then architecture, and third is language and literature. These are the some things to be prepared. Art forms include music, dance, drama, puppetry, and so on. Architecture, ancient architecture, medieval architecture, modern architecture. In that architecture also, religious buildings like temples and stupas, then secular buildings like roads and canals. Clear. Then at the same time, you can differentiate with respect to language and literature, classical language and literature, regional language and literature. In classical literature, we have added 5 new languages recently in 2024. We have changed the criteria, or we have dropped one criteria also. So this will add to current developments also related to language and literature. These are three major components of art and culture. So all these things to be done in this manner, so that you can first of all understand the syllabus of this examination, and then we can go how to prepare this syllabus, how to prepare these topics and subtopics after micro detailing. Clear? Then only then we can go to the second strategy, that is second component is PYQ trends, syllabus wise breakup. Clear? So now we'll have to understand how to know about PYQs, what kind of questions has been asked in the past, to understand what kind of questions may be asked in the coming years as well. Now coming to PYQ trends, clear? We need to understand the PYQ trends. If we look into PYQ analysis, clear? Questions from Indian history and culture last 8 years as a sample. Clear? We have drawn graphs also. These are number of overall questions asked in UPSC. Let us start from back. In 2017, there was 16. It increased to 22, then 19, then almost same 18, then again 20, 14, 15, and last year it was 13 questions from history, art and culture. That makes it very clear that on an average, you can expect 15 to 16 questions from history every year in prelims, which is quite decisive in nature. Almost 15% of the total paper itself out of 100 questions. Clear? Within that, what is the division? 2017. Clear? Initially, the focus was on modern India. It increased in 2018, but thereafter, there has been continuous decline in modern Indian history. Clear? So this PYQ analysis helps us to understand not to give much more time only on modern India. Then really there's a mistake done by candidates. They keep on reading more and more modern history. It is quite easy also, quite interesting also. But these days, number of questions has continuously declined in modern history, from modern history. Last year, there were only 3 questions from modern India. That too, quite simple one. I'll let you know. Clear? In last year, there was a question on permanent settlement. There was one question on Government of India Act 1935. And lastly, there was a question on the first president of Constituent Assembly, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha. Clear? Quite straightforward, quite simple questions. Clear? So obviously, trend is declining. It's becoming more generalized with respect to modern India. If we look into ancient and medieval India obviously has maintained some consistency. 3 questions in 2017, then 1, then directly 8 questions in 2019, then 6, then 6, then 4, then 4, and the 5. Meaning thereby, ancient and medieval India is quite consistent in its category. 4 to 5 questions you can expect from ancient India, and in 4 to 5 also. Clear? Normally, only 1 or 2 questions from medieval India. Large number of questions from ancient India is being asked. That is 3 to 4 questions you can expect from ancient India. For instance, last year, there were 3 questions from a single topic, post-Mauryan phase. Clear? 1 question from Indo-Greeks, 1 question from Satvahans, 1 question from Sangam dynasties. Clear? So obviously, more questions from ancient India. And coming to a very important sector, that is art and culture. Clear? Very important these days. 2017, we had 6 questions from art and culture. Then at the same time, clear, art and culture, Then in 2018, we had 8 questions. 2019, 4. 2024, then 5, then 5, then 8 questions in 2023, and then 6 questions. That means art and culture is given more weightage in this examination, and therefore you need to give more and more importance to art and culture. This is very important to be done, and this is the trend, you know. So through PYQ analysis, you get to know the areas and the components to be focused more on. Clear? These components makes very clear you cannot stick only to modern India. You have to focus more on art and culture, then followed by ancient India. Clear? So art and culture and ancient India plays a quite decisive role with respect to questions in prelims examination, which is clearly indicated by the trend or PYQ analysis. Clear? This PYQ analysis has another component. Clear? Look into that in the history. Clear? In 2017, we have done with topic also. Clear? Stone Age and Harappan civilization. One question normally it is asked. 2024 it was asked. Clear? Vedic and post-Vedic phase. Normally questions are not asked. But 2024 we had 2 questions from Vedic and post-Vedic times. Clear? This analysis will make you very clear where to focus upon. Clear? Sometimes there are some surprises also. Clear? And you need to understand these surprises. Clear? For instance, I'll let you know, 2020, take the case. Clear? There were 3 questions in 2020 from Gupta and post-Gupta age. Clear? What does it mean? Clear? You cannot afford to bypass any topic. Clear? Because at least cover the basic concepts of those topics, so that if 2 to 3 questions are asked, at least 2 questions can be corrected. You are not losing all the 3 questions together. Clear? Likewise, I'll let you know. Clear? Look into the case to the Mughal Empire. 3 questions were asked from Mughal Empire in 2019. These are some surprises to be kept in mind. Clear? Then at the same time, clear? Advent of Europeans establishment is 2 questions. It is asked. 1 questions you get on from this topic. Clear? Then at the same time, 4 questions were asked in 2018 from economic policies, social-religious reform movements in modern India. Very important anyway. You get 1 to 2 questions anyway. You have to be prepared for this topic. Clear? Constitutional developments, also 4 questions in 2017. Clear? These are some surprises to be understood. Clear? One thing is clear. Indian national movement 1885 to 1947. Every year you are getting question. Clear? Look into this trend. Every year. This topic is never missed out by the examiner. What does it mean? Consistently 1 to 2 questions, maybe 3 questions can also be asked from Indian national movement. That is separately mentioned in the syllabus, so they justify also. They ask at least 1 to 2 questions or even 3 questions from Indian national movement, which is the most consistent topic with respect to history section. Clear? But do prepare, be ready for surprises also. These surprises, 3 questions, 4 and 4 can be quite decisive for your prelims. Clear? And for this, only thing to deal with this thing is do prepare every topic. Don't go blank on any topic in the examination. Clear? And therefore, every topic needs to be covered. At least the basic or concepts of every topic must be covered. You should not skip the topic altogether. Clear? That is quite dicey in nature. Don't do that. That is clearly indicated by the pattern. Clear? At the same time, if you look into PYQ analysis of art and culture, clear? These days it has become very important, as we all know. Clear? Visual arts, architecture, sculpture and paintings. Very consistent one. You are getting questions regularly. Only last year there were no questions from architecture, sculpture or painting. But doesn't mean the question will not be asked. Clear? It has been a very consistent section in UPSC examination. 2 questions in 2023, then 2, then 21, 3 questions, 2019, 3 questions, 2 questions here also. Clear? What does it mean? One of the most consistent section like Indian national movement in history section. Clear? Religion and religious movements, especially religion and philosophy would be asked. Like last time also Jainism. Clear? 4 questions were asked in 2023. 3 questions in 2022. Clear? Last time it was 1 question on Jain philosophy. Clear? Another very consistent topic. Then literature. Clear? 2024 surprise. 3 questions were there. Otherwise, it was not being asked. What does it mean? Don't skip any topic. Clear? If you're skipping any topic, you are at a big risk. Clear? 3 questions were asked. Those who have skipped art and culture last year, it could have been a very tough thing for them. Clear? Because obviously the 3 questions could have been missed out easily. Clear? Don't do that. Like for instance, I'll let you know. Very basic text was asked. Match the following, and they asked Devi Chandraguptam, which was written by Vishakha Dutt. Clear? So obviously surprises. Be ready for surprises. Clear? Then miscellaneous topics, foreign travelers, science and technology, education, UNESCO heritage. Last time 3 questions were there. Yes, clear? In fact, clear? One question was from the Hoysala temples and Shantiniketan. Another question was from Garba. Both are tangible and intangible sites under from India in UNESCO list. Clear? 3 questions in 2021 also, 3 questions in 2017 also. Clear? So obviously this is another very consistent one. Every year you are getting question except 2022. Clear? The what does it mean? Dance, drama and music, you are getting 1 questions on an average. Sometimes it is not being asked also. Clear? What does this analysis indicate? This analysis clearly indicate architecture, sculpture and painting. Clear? It has to be done mandatorily. Clear? Except last year, there had been consistent questions being asked from visual arts. Clear? Religion and religious movement is another very predictable topic. Every year you are getting question almost except few years. Clear? Literature, it was a surprise thing last year. What does it mean? Be prepared for literature. Even if you are doing basic things, clear? If you have done power pack things, not 3, but you will be able to correct 2 questions out of 3, the work is done. Clear? And then we have miscellaneous one like foreign travelers, science and technology, education and UNESCO heritage. As I told you, last year only UNESCO heritage was included. This year the 43rd site is included, that is Maidams, the burials of Ahoms from Assam. 2 days back only, certificate has been given to Maidam as 43rd heritage site from India at Paris. Clear? It becomes important for coming time. So obviously this trend makes it very clear. Architecture, sculpture, painting, religion and religious movement and miscellaneous one. 3 things to be done very thoroughly, but be prepared for these ones also. At least do the basic ones so that in case any surprises, you are not in an awkward situation. Clear? So PYQ analysis to be done in this way to understand the major thing. Clear? Now with PYQ analysis, we need to understand what is the nature of questions. Clear? What kind of questions are asked? Clear? Later questions are asked. Take for instance last year paper only. Clear? In fact, last year question, if you look into nature of question, the first thing they asked was basically the location of an important territory region. And the location that was asked was Dharni Court. In fact, why I'm discussing this, this was the first question of the paper. Anyone who had said B last time, clear? Dharni Court. They simply asked, where is Dharni Court located? Clear? The options were like Andhra coast, western coast, other coast. Clear? Dharni Court is located on the coast of Andhra. Clear? Now, first of all, why I'm discussing this, clear? It was a state one-liner question asked last year. Clear? We need to understand this because, clear, there has been a debate among historians related to origin of Satvahans. Clear? Normally, Puranas, the very important source, mention Satvahans as Andhras or Andhraputras, clear, which indicate that Satvahans originated from Andhra coast, clear. But historical evidences like inscriptions and even the capital city known as Pratishthan indicate that Satvahans originated from the western coast of India. After evolving from western coast of India, they went towards the eastern side. The easternmost limit was Dharni Court near Amravati, and Amravati is located on the Andhra coast. That is why the city was asked, that is Dharni Court. Clear? Because to know that through this question exam, they wanted to know whether you know the debate also about origin of Satvahans or not between historians and the informations mentioned in Puranas. Clear? Last year only they asked the question to match a work that is known as Devi Chandraguptam. 3 questions on literature last time, as we have been discussed right now. Devi Chandraguptam written by Vishakha Dutt. This was asked last time. They asked it to match. Clear? This one, very important literature. Another literature that was asked last time was Milind Panho. From the post-Mauryan phase, Milind Panho is a book which deals with questions of Milind. And this question was asked from Buddhist monk known as Nagsen. They asked the match. They asked to match here also. Clear? So this Milind Pano by Nagsen. Clear? There's another major work, major development that took place or which was asked last year. Clear? At the same time, you get such questions off and on. Clear? Then in modern India, they ask about Government of India Act 1935. Very expected question. In fact, you will get one question from legislations every time, starting with Regulating Act of 1773 till Government of India Act 1935. Economic policies they ask the question on permanent settlement. Two statements were asked on permanent settlement. Then as we had discussed, they asked question on Constituent Assembly, the first temporary president being Dr. Sachidanand Sinha. So these were the samples. These are the nature of questions. What does it mean? You are getting questions from ancient India. You are not getting much questions from medieval India. You are getting questions on culture. In modern India, the trend is clear. So obviously, if you have understood the syllabus, if you have analyzed the PYQs, obviously these questions indicate they fit into that frame. Clear? So these questions, if you look, they fit perfectly into the frame in the analysis that we had already done related to PYQs after decoding the entire syllabus for history, art and culture. Clear? These are the nature of questions which has been asked in the past. Clear? Now apart from this, clear, next major thing to be understood is that once we have done this, clear, PYQ trend analysis, clear, component 3 is build your knowledge base. Clear? How to build that knowledge? We know that these questions has been asked. Clear? This is the syllabus. How to develop the knowledge on those topics. Clear? How we can build that knowledge and you can use that knowledge basically to qualify examination. Clear? In this aspect, to build your knowledge, we have Pulse video lectures along with books. Clear? Best part with Pulse video books and lectures is that you will get very tabulated set of informations on ancient, medieval, art and culture in modern India, along with the link to watch videos also. Clear? I have made videos on those areas and you can correlate that what exactly I have discussed in the class, what is exactly there in the notes, so that you can develop a very sound knowledge base required to qualify this examination. Clear? Coming to those knowledge base, how to be created. Clear? These are Pulse 2.0 notes. Clear? These notes are basically very important one. They are handwritten notes and they have video books. These are video books. Clear? There is, you will get a link of those videos and these videos will explain the entire thing like temple architecture, then architecture related to Buddhism, then Islamic architecture, painting, then at the same time literature, then music, dance, drama, everything of that sort. Clear? You will get related to ancient and medieval India, art and culture, modern India. So it would cover things comprehensively as per the syllabus we had discussed, history of India and Indian national movement. Everything would be covered in this Pulse 020 series that will create the knowledge base in you. Clear? This sufficient knowledge base required to qualify the examination. Clear? After you have developed this knowledge base, then finally you will move to the major component number 4, that is topic wise MCQs. Clear? You also need to go through topic wise MCQs also. Clear? Because topic wise MCQs, why? We have gave a PYQ analysis topic wise, like Vedic age, Harappan civilization, or the national movement. Clear? Why topic was analysis? We have discussed as of now. In national movement, you are getting questions every year. 1, 2, 3 questions every year from international movement. If you go with analysis topic wise, clear, you will get to know that these are the number of questions asked from this topic. These are the questions which has been asked, so as to prepare yourself with that intensity that if questions are asked, you are able to solve those questions very easily. Clear? For this, there are 2 series, that is, one series is Indian history, in which ancient, medieval, all would be covered along with modern India. Clear? And second series, as we all know, art and culture is a very focused area. The second series on art and culture, covering basically all the art forms like music, dance, drama, puppetry, and then at the same time, it will cover architecture like ancient architecture, medieval architecture, modern architecture. We have covered, I have covered those architectural topics in this session, clear? And then at the same time, miscellaneous topics also, language and literature also. Last year, there were 3 questions on language and literature. Anytime such surprises can be there. So obviously, topic-wise analysis of MCQs are very important, so that once you solve MCQs topic wise, you will get that confidence that from this topic 3 questions are asked regularly like national movement. I have done all the MCQs of international movement. I'm quite confident that any question which would be asked, it would not be beyond my reach. Clear? So to bake all those questions within your reach and domain, obviously these MCQs will serve the purpose. Clear? This should be the 4 component. Clear? So all the components being done very properly for your examination. First is, I'll repeat, decoding of the syllabus, detailed topic wise analysis, then coming to the PYQ trends and syllabus, then build your knowledge wealth with Pulse video lectures, and finally topic wise questions, that is basically Ignite series, that will help you to solve MCQs topic wise, to understand the intensity, to get the stimulus and confidence to go for examination with proper approach and proper knowledge. Clear? This is C4, all 4 components to be done. And ultimately, after all these 4 components, not the least one, the most important thing is that the team is always ready to help you out. Any support that you need would be given to you. Support through Telegram support, that is MHE inquiry, you can come. Then we have basically call a WhatsApp number. This is the call and WhatsApp number, 9821373633. And then ultimately you have email ID also, info@mentorshut.com. Clear? So any support also would be provided to you. So it is almost a complete and well packaged program for you. Everything given on your platter in order to rather be at ease, to understand the nuances involved in this examination and be ready to face the examination with the required trust and confidence that will sail you through, and you will come out with flying colors. Clear? So this was basically about deconstruction of Indian history, art and culture from my side, from the side of Pulse series and MentorsHut. And I think the entire thing will really help you out to start in an organized and systematic fashion that will lead your success in coming time. Clear? So wish you all the best. Clear? Enjoy the Pulse video series, read the rich content of the work, to solve the MCQs through Ignite series, and be prepared and confident to face the toughest examination in our country, but at the same time the most prestigious examination as well. Thank you. All the best.